Okay, round 3, keeping. Opponent is mulliganing. Nobody expects the prying blade. Alright, back to chillin'. We're just chillin'. Well, no play on their end, and we drew something, but we're not doing anything either. Guess the question is, what do I play, the Aerosar or the Paladin? Paladin actually puts more bodies on the field, which is better for our Pride of Conquerors Ascend plan. Shining Aerosar wears a Squire's Devotion a little bit better, seeing as it's a flyer. Okay, well, probably play the Aerosar now. Well, guess we can do Conquistador. We can find them both in deck then. I think I'm going to do that. Especially after how last match turned out, huh? 2 Conquistadors in hand, have the choice to play one, don't, and then promptly draw a Conquistador. The one turn where I could draw a Conquistador, I do, and then proceed to draw lands for the rest of the game. Yeah. Wow. 90 Deacon. This is already shaping up to be quite the strange deck, huh? Okay, well, we can smash with a Conquistador and then play an Aerosar and see what happens. Let's see if they choose Dinosaur or Vampire. Vampire, okay. Voracious. Kind of hope they equip the Prying Blade. Because then I feel as though we can double block. Oh, I guess they can pump itself though, huh? Alright. Guess we're going to take some damage here. I can live with that. So plays a Devotion. And we smash for 6. Ideally gaining some life along the way here. And then we can play another Conquistador. And Pride of Conquerors next turn is looking pretty good. It's like some pretty high damage output potential here. I'm reading 13 if everything's unblocked. Plus we'll have the moment of triumph, so 15 damage swing next turn, which is pretty huge. Let's say they have Pride of Conquerors. 6, 7. Yeah, they do have Ascend. Well, we should probably play it safe then. We're just going to block here. So it doesn't seem like we need to call her anyway. Let's say they have a verdict in response on this. That does actually keep us off Ascend, which is a bit worrisome. So we probably just play a Conquistador to ensure that we have our Ascend. And then we attack. I didn't do my math right, I don't think. I'm actually dealing way more damage than I thought. No. All right. So we got game one. And playing against what I thought was vampires. No, I'm pretty sure it's vampires. So, Cleansing Ray coming back. What did I take out last time? I took out a Pride of Conquerors, although it was pretty sweet right there. Pride of Conquerors is weird in this deck because we're not aggro, but if we survive, we just have a bunch of bodies that we can kill with. It's kind of cool. I'd probably still cut it for the old Cleansing Ray. All right. Well, despite the fact that this hand has 2 Conquistadors in it, we're going to keep. Hard to go wrong with a Danto's Vanguard. I'll say that. I'll say that. That was a good draw. We probably just still play our Conquistador next turn. Kind of learned my lesson on that one. Actually, I didn't learn my lesson at all. That was just really stupid that we drew our last one in our deck when we had like 30 cards left in our deck. And we already had 2 in our hand. How many do you have? Just one. Just every deck I'm playing today is has a Conquistador plan, huh? I guess actually I am gonna play the Brontodon here. I will pay 4 life for a Conquistador. Yeah. Like, I don't love paying life, but I'm gonna pay it for that. Sky Marcher, but I can't play that. So we'll just attack with the Brontodon, play the Knight of the Stampede, and pass. Okay, so they have a Vampire Zeal or whatever. A Moment of Triumph. Sure. Well, the good news is we can play quite a few things. And actually, attacking with Vanguard makes our Gulta cheaper too, which is kind of cool. So we rip one of our 6-drops or a Gulta, and Gulta currently costs what? If I attack, costs 5 less, which is pretty significant. Not sure what there's to think about here. Yeah, I don't think you're attacking. So we'll play a Conquistador now. Find our last one. And I guess we'll pass. Alright, once again, the absolute bane of my existence. So much hatred in my heart for this card. So much hatred. Well, I guess at least we have the Destroy Target Enchantment card. Too bad we don't have it in our hand. Alright, so let's... yeah, let's play the Path. Yep, a lot of hatred in my heart right now. Once again playing against Profane Procession after I just had that rant about how much I hate this card in the format in general, but especially at rare. And how I've played it exactly 0 times, but I had it played against me probably 3 or 4 times now. Yeah. Not too happy with this card. So play the Paladin. Well, Galta doesn't do me a lot of good. I think I actually keep it on top anyway, though. Maybe you're wondering why, but I guess I'm gonna have to just wait it out. I mean, I'm just like a cleansing ray away from some good value here, so. Um, let's see. How many things can I put in front of this? Maybe we'll just do this. So they can profane procession, but then they can't use the Armisar. Alright, so they don't even use their Steadfast Armisar ability, so my mind is blown. Could not have been a worse attack for them, I don't think. I mean, not use this, not use this. So, I don't know what's going on here. And then you have Moment of Triumph, but you don't even use it? Like, use it on... what's going on? My opponent is having some serious issues here. So your plan is Golden Demise, which doesn't even kill all my guys. Wow. I think my opponent really wants me to win this. My opponent is doing everything in their power to ensure that I win this game. Let's actually pump the token first. Okay. Okay. So I think I actually just play another Conquistador here. I mean, I'm trying to sandbag my creatures as long as I can for that Profane Procession. Yeah, I guess we'll leave that on top. Land can be good. Finally ready to start exiling things. That makes sense. You're going to have to exile. And now they're like, okay, I guess we're on the defensive, which also makes sense. Alright, so we just get in with these two. We'll get rid of the flyer here. It's more important to me. And I guess we'll play another Conquistador. Leave that on top. No. Play this and pass. Alright, it's a bummer, but what can you do? So we'll play the Aerosar. I mean, I guess we can do the Sky Marcher instead. I mean, they already know about the Aerosar and the Ghalta, if they've been paying attention to this. This is worse use of mana, but something I'd rather have eaten, I guess. Who knows, maybe we'll just play both. Alright, Dreadmaw can stay on top. If they attack with the Ceratops, we're going to take it. Absolutely willing to erase that thing. Alright, so we'll get in with the Sky Marcher. Play the Aerosar. Yeah, I know. Profane Possession is just a really stupid card. Let's continue. Okay. Boneyard Parlay. Exile 5 target creature cards from graveyards, and opponent separates them into 2. Okay. So you can get an Armasar and a... So you have to identify the 5... The weakest and the strongest. So the weakest is the Zealot. Then it's the Knight. And then it's the Sky Marcher, the Brontodon, and then the Armasar. So the Armasar that I have on this side I think is the strongest card. So then the next strongest is the Brontodon or the Sky Marcher. So we probably put the best with... Probably do these two. So it's the best and the second best with... I think the Sky Marcher and the Brontodon are tied power level, which in my mind means the Knight and the Zealot are probably equal to the Steadfast Armasar. If they get back the Brontodon, though, they can blow up my Path of Discovery, but at this point I don't know if that even matters anymore. To be honest, I don't think that it does, so we'll probably just split like this. So they went for the 3 cards, which is fine. So do we just attack from above? Is that what the plan is? I mean, I'm trying to get a estimate of timeline here. Like, basically, I can play Dreadmaw and Galta this turn, but do I want to? They exile the Galta, then they can't do it until next turn, but am I dishing enough damage out? I have to fly over top to win, and once they get the Galta out, I'm pretty much toast. So I'm not sure it's time yet, but am I defensively okay? I guess I look alright. Okay. Man, it must be nice to get, you know, that much card advantage from one card. It's got to be pretty cool. At this point, they're pretty safe to attack with that Ceratops. So they can fly over top now with the Dinosaur too, and we're just ripping lands, which is not good. Like, I think the problem now is we're not going to be able to race. Really would love that Cleansing Ray or a creature so I could dig, but we're just not getting either of those. Alright. So they're finally ready to start spitting some stuff out. Which means, I mean, we might even be dead, I don't know. I've had to wait so long to play these cards because of this stupid broken spell in the game. I don't even think their attack is super wise. I mean, the way they should have just attacked with more things, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but there it is. You're not late at all, Cleansing Ray. You are not late at all. How much do you cost? 3? So I can still cast you. Alright. Alright. Guess we'll get rid of this. Attack. Go to game 3. So tired of losing to this card. The fatigue I feel losing to this stupid card. Alright, so we'll go to game 3. I'm going to see if I have a naturalize. I don't think I do. I don't think I have any other way to deal with the enchant. So let's see if we do, though. I don't think we do. So maybe do I bring in another pride? Hope to race? It seems really silly that I would be able to race. The fatties certainly get just infinitely worse against that card, but I really don't want to take them out either. Oh yeah, we have the Brontodon too. So we actually do have 2 ways to deal with it. And yet, it still gets me. I could bring in a Field of Ruin to take care of half of it if they get all the way through. No, that's alright. Alright, playing first. Man, I wish I could keep this hand, but it is legit terrible. That hand was just horrible. Alright, we'll keep this one. I feel like I bottomed this. I think I do. The reason being because it just seems like a card I don't need. Like, yeah, it gets me to Paladin, but I don't know. I suppose Pioneer is better use of mana, since next turn I can play Vanguard and Moment of Triumph. They didn't even find a Conquistador? Kind of feel like my opponent wants me to win for some reason. I mean, that's cool, but it's not a great plan. I just feel like they're really working hard to help us win, which I appreciate. Oh, they just had the other Conquistador in hand. That makes sense. I've been known to have that happen to me from time to time. So, they left open the Moment of Triumph mana. Which means I probably play around it. Since I need Thrashing Brontodon pretty badly. Hey, look at me. I'm Alex the Psychic Man over here. Alright, let's play these 2 dudes. That's a bummer, but what can you do? You better do a wee bit of deck thinning here. Feel like they're just a swamp away from wrecking our day with a Golden Demise. Which, to be honest, I don't really want to play into, but can't decide if I want to or not. Oh. Um. To play into it or not to play into it? That is the question. Um. Uh, all right, we're gonna play into it. That's our last card, huh? So, all right. Strongest card is the Deacon. Weakest card is the Conquistador. So we'll give him a Deacon and a Pioneer versus a Deep-Root Warrior and 2 Conquistadors. Either way, it's 3 bodies. I think this is probably the right choice. So, play Galta, it immediately gets eaten. Attack with everything. They block probably my 2/2, a 1/1. Can they afford to do that? I guess they can't, which means we probably just swing with. They have no cards left, so they can eat that. They're at 6. They're going to take quite a bit. How much does Galta cost right now? It costs 4. So I probably just play a Conquistador. Play a Galta. Swing with team. That's so they draw the yeah, they draw the one thing that lets them still use profane procession. Okay. Alright. For my first time ever, I beat Profane Procession. Like I said, my opponent was making some pretty questionable choices over that entire match. So, I got to admit, this format is starting to wear on me a little bit. I'm a little sick of tribal formats in general, and unfortunately, there's just 3 to 4 cards that are at rare in this format that I do not think have any earthly reason being rare, and it's honestly hurting the format for me because it's like I don't want to keep going head to head against these cards that are just not fun to play against because of how crazy they are. They're just too strong. Tendershoot Dryad, Profane Procession, Tetsimok. These are all examples of cards that are just like they're not even fun to play against. They're just too good, especially at rare. I could stand them at mythic, but at rare, no, unacceptable. So it's hurting the format for me, but that's all right. We'll eventually we'll break through here. Yeah, it's tribal in general too. I don't really like tribal formats. They tend to direct you to play a certain deck early in a draft, and it's just not as fun. It's nice to be able to make have more realistic options to make a good consistent deck. Like if you're in vampires starting on pick 4 or 5, you're just looking for vampires for the rest of the draft. There's not a lot of choice making going on. So that's kind of my beef with tribal decks formats in general. But all right, it's good that we beat the Profane Procession. That is good. But yeah, this format is just putting me in a sour mood. So all right, we'll see you for the next one.